sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Now, before you watch some amazing pieces, we have to get Silly Jackson out here to draw his DX topic.
Come on, Jackson, give him a hand.
Jackson gets to pick from 3 topics that pertain to domestic and United States issues.
After drawing, Jackson gets 30 minutes to prep for a 7-minute speech. Your options are A, why is inflation proving so difficult to control?
B, are higher inflation rates the new normal for the U.S. economy?
And C, should there be a federal right to repair law for automobile owners? Which will it be? It's a tough choice, but I think I'm gonna have to go with A. Why is inflation proving so difficult to control? Ooh, good choice.
Your prep time begins now.
While Jackson's prepping, let's get some performances going, shall we? Hey, Willow, how do you feel about high rates of inflation in the U.S.? Willow? Willow! Oh boy! Girl, we lost her! Brody, look away! Oh! Hang on, I will look for her. Willow? Oh, wait. I forgot. She's the first performance. Her and Kennedy are going to be doing their duo, which is a little skit with 2 people. The rules are simple. No making eye contact and no touching. If you do catch one of them doing one of these things, I'll give you a really big hug. Or something like that. Please give a warm welcome to our first performers, Willow and Kennedy, with their piece, Beauty Boot Camp.
Maybe slipping on ice, hoping they catch us.
But they don't. This is the case for Margaret. She tries desperately to get the attention of James Masterson.
But through this piece, we beg the question, is Jane's attention really what she needs?
In
Beauty Boot Camp by Melissa Malloy.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, now lesson number 71. Okay, now no matter what the guy says to you, I want you to throw your head back and laugh like this, okay? Okay?
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Yes, you are. And you're gonna wear this.
Where's the rest of it?
Now that you've got your outsides looking decent, let's work on your insides.
If I had a nickel every time a doctor told me that, I'd have 30 cents.
Bonus lesson.
silly chap.
Maybe it's best if you just don't speak. All right, now chin up, shoulders back, and I want to see a gorgeous smile.
I'm pretty now. Am I pretty yet?
Next lesson. Okay, now I want to try something a little more hands-on, all right? Hey, boys. Don't you want to greet them, Erica?
Yes. Hello, gentlemen. What are you up to on this fine day?
I'll just put stuff in my locker.
In our lockers, bro.
Don't you want children feel funny? They are, Erica.
Yes. That was quite humorous. What would you gentlemen care to discuss next? Literature? Politics? The existence of parallel universes?
Whoa, bro. This reminds me of the time you were like, really smart. Then you hit your head on that ceiling fan and
We've been best friends ever since.
do you remember that?
Oh. No.
Oh.
Can't catch up with those. Now, like,
Give me a space if you don't speak. Small Erica.
and now nails. I'm smiling for you.
Whoa, bro. I'm seriously uncomfortable right now.
Whoa!
Me too.
And now, I will walk away from this conversation. Never happened. Bye-bye.
No, excuse, boys. Erica, when you agreed to my training, my show, my guidance, me, you agreed not to walk out on lessons like that.
Why should I listen to you?
Just because you shut your lips, think of my face and give me a sock to wear as a shirt?
Maybe because I've had more boyfriends than you've had cheeseburgers.
Oh, you'd be surprised. Maybe I can listen to you if we did something, I don't know, useful?
And what has all this been? A waste of time?
We just talked to guys with the IQ of butter. Seriously, I'll do anything, as long as it's actually helpful.
Anything?
Anything.
I know just how to take your training to the next level. Ready? 3, 2.
Oh, you spawned Satan, and Satan's wife. Oh,
Erica, I'm trying to help you. Will you let me help?
you're ripping all the hair out. Oh.
That's kind of the whole point. Now, ready for the next one?
No.
3, 2.
Ah, son of a biscuit, what is wrong with you? Oh.
Nothing. That's why I'm helping you and not the other way around. Now, quit your complaining. We still have jazz shots to get to.
Light, please, and no more. Light, please. Oh.
Oh, we still have more places to get to today. Now, come on.
Hey, seriously, not a fan right now.
Well, you're about to be. Guess where we are?
The ice cream parlor? Ice cream? Is that you?
No. We're at James Masters' house.
What? Oh, I'm gonna kill you!
Yes.
No, murder. You can't see me looking like this. I look like I was just burned out of this with a sheet.
Erica, do you trust my training?
No,
Do you trust me?
not at all.
Well, I believe in you.
Well, you really shouldn't.
Go. Hello, sweaty girl.
Hey, James. Look, I know you don't know me, but I'm a really cool person. A really cool, awesome person. That you should get to know. And prom is next week, and I was hoping that maybe...
Stop right there.
What?
Are you stopped?
Yes.
Are you stopping?
Yes.
Why the hell would I go to a sweaty prom with you? How do I know you're not a murderer or someone who runs around to people's houses stealing cheese?
I would never. Well,
Stop. You're making my floor sweat, and you smell like my grandma after she walks up a flight of stairs. And I have a taser.
whoa. I seriously should have talked to you before falling in love.
Taser!
Whoa.
Oh my God! You told the James Masters in had to go.
What? Who was that? James Masterson. More like James Masterson. He is not the son of the master. Look, I tried to be the perfect robot for you, but that's just not me. And all it's done is let me to the front porch of a very attractive psychopath.
Hey, well, I was the perfect
You may Samantha. I mean, Samantha.
Oh, myself.
You
little flatner.
Oh, shut it.
Our second performer is never gonna give up on her dreams. And you better bet when she puts her mind to something, she'll never let us down.
Hashtag girl boss.
Ew. It's like the fairy tale, how she works her magic in original oratory, an event in which the speaker orates on an issue and poses a solution within their speech.
Wait, that reminds me of a story I heard one time. There was a squirrel named Alfonso who was lost in a glove factory, and he was running around, narrowly avoiding getting turned into a finger hole when he found the exit. He saw the light, and it was beautiful, and he lives happily ever after. Question mark.
Well, please help me in welcoming City Ball with her piece, Happily Ever After, question mark.
Growing up with an Asian mother meant a list of things that I was allowed to do was a little unusual. While other kids were playing video games, I was busy playing on my game calculator. While other
We have 3 draws from her, and she gets 30 minutes to prep her speech.
Hey, Willow, you know what I bet she's thinking right now?
Yikes.
Oh no. Oh no.
I'm not gonna say it.
You want me to say it?
Yes, Zhongguo.
Zhongguo! Just kidding, she's doing info.
Oh, shucks. Info is a 10-minute speech with visual aids. Put your hands together for the one, the only, Kate Ward with her piece, Yikes, Zhongguo.
Especially in a country where being soft on
Qing dynasty, but sparked a nationwide identity crisis, fueled by widespread feelings of humiliation and inferiority that have endured to this day, driving Chinese leaders to pursue relentless economic growth and expand China's global influence as a way of restoring the nation to its historical glory. Now, with better understanding of China, let's take a closer look at the U.S.-China relationship, which has long been very love-hate, following a distinct trend of ups and downs over the last century. In the 1930s, America fostered grand ambitions for China. Historian Daniel Kurtz-Furon notes that the American public cherished the idea that through Christian ministry, business, and education, the U.S. could help shape China into an American-style democracy. But these dreams were crushed in 1949, when Mao Zedong's communists took power, and the belief that America lost China became prevalent. But American hopes for a legalized China soon sprang back to life, after Nixon's visit to Beijing in 1972 led to diplomatic relations being reestablished. According to international relations professor Oliver Turner, when China's economy began to open up for trade in 1976, American optimism intensified even further, only to be crushed yet again when the Tiananmen Square massacre in 1989 made it brutally apparent that China wasn't going to become a democracy anytime soon. The most recent upward swing was when China's economy started taking off in the 1990s. Americans once again began to hope that increased economic engagement would pave the way for progressive reforms. However, when Chinese President Xi Jinping came to power in 2013 and proceeded to tighten state control, our fear once again of losing China reemerged. And it's within this growing disillusion and alarm over China that's important to remember that losing China isn't possible. America cannot lose what was never ours, and China is a sovereign nation, determined to achieve its own goal of restoring its national glory, a goal that was developed independently of a perceived desire to beat or destroy the United States. But if you ever looked at the news, you know that's not the way our media tells the story. According to Yale researcher Mia Schwan Lee, coverage of China in American media is often light on information, but quick to evoke strong emotional reactions. Take, for example, the wording used in headlines covering China's COVID policies. The word draconian is used to describe lockdowns that weren't all that different from lockdowns in major cities in America and Europe. Articles covering Chinese technology often lead to stealing, surveillance, and questionable privacy practices, which, of course, Facebook knows nothing about. And while maybe may still warrant alarm, these one-dimensional depictions of China risk creating a reflexive fear of anything China does. A good example of this is the rollout of 5G, the newest generation of telecom technology, which beginning in 2021 was framed as a winner-takes-all race between the US and China. Except it's ridiculous to call the 5G world a race, because there's no winners or losers. Losing the 5G race to China would just mean that Chinese people would have a slightly faster internet connection than Americans. I mean, if we have faster internet in the US, we just use it to watch more TikTok. But the news coverage isn't about China's these supposed efforts to undermine the United States. It's about China's human rights abuses. Reporting on China's mass surveillance state, total censorship, and abuse against minority groups regularly makes national news in the US. And I, by no means, am trying to argue that China doesn't have these pervasive and often systemic human rights abuses. They do. And these issues need to be addressed. But frequently, when the media covers them in the West, these issues are oversimplified
In case you forgot, about 30 minutes ago, our second favorite extemper, Jackson, drew for his DX speech, and he chose...
Are higher rates of inflation the new normal for the U.S. economy?
No, I didn't.
Oh, no, he did not. He chose a different one.
That we didn't?
The first one.
Yeah, that one.
He chose why is inflation proving so difficult to control?
Thank you, Jackson. And welcome to the stage,
Jackson!
My favorite food is mac and cheese. I love it. It is quick to make and it is delicious. And 4 years ago, I knew that it only cost $1 to buy. But then 4 years ago, tragedy struck. A nightmare came and I was forever psychologically damaged, not by COVID, that sucked, but by the fact that a Kraft mac and cheese box rose to $1.25. And despite years of governmental interference and attempts to control inflation, it has stayed at $1.25. So that begs the question, why is inflation proving so difficult to control? And I have two key reasons today. The first thing that I'm going to talk about is governmental spending. None of our politicians really want to take on inflation, even if they say they do. The second thing I'm going to talk about is corporate greed. The corporations are the ones driving the high costs of food. And hopefully, after listening to me today, you'll agree with me in saying, yes, $1.25 for a box of mac and cheese is atrocious. So, let's begin. As I've said, the first thing that I'm going to talk about is going to be governmental spending. Why is inflation so high? Well, let's first turn to Jack Goldman from the LA Times, who details how Biden continues to use deficit spending in order to meet any of his goals. Specifically, what are those goals? Well, when he wants to send weapons to Ukraine, when he wants to send weapons to Israel, that money has to come from somewhere. Specifically, he uses deficit spending, which is the process by where he prints new money, awards that contract to Lockheed Martin, and then they send the weapons to wherever the U.S. wants to extend its reach. But why is deficit spending so bad? Well, I'm going to really quickly cover what is inflation and why it's terrible. Specifically, I'm going to use a really oversimplified analogy. This is my favorite jacket. I love it. And let's say, hypothetically, it costs 10 cents or 10% of all available money in the world to produce. That would mean that it costs 10 cents. Pretty easy if there's only $1 in circulation. But now Biden wants to buy ice cream cones and send weapons to Ukraine and Israel. So, specifically, he doesn't have the whole dollar in circulation. He decides that, well, we need to send these monies and I need my ice cream cone, so he prints another dollar. Now, $2 exist in the whole world, but my jacket still costs 10% of available money in the world to produce. So the price of my jacket jumps from 10 cents to 20 cents. And now I have to pay double for my jacket. And we've seen this everywhere in almost every industry, be that oil, food, streaming services. So that's why inflation is so bad. We continue to print more money and continue to devalue the dollar and just make there be more available money in the world. But I hear all of you, especially all of you forensic students, Trump is going to stop that. And I hate to dash all of your hopes, but he's not. Specifically, let's first turn to Joseph Kahn from the New York Times, who details how Biden, or well, Trump, yes, wants to cut spending, but he wants to supplement it in other areas. Specifically, Trump has said that he wants to cut spending to Ukraine. He wants to cut the spending on Social Security. And I could get way into Social Security if I had more time, but what else is Trump going to do? He's promised more spending in the areas of border security, tackling the war on drugs, spending more money on robot dogs that have guns that can detect what is a human and is it okay to shoot that human. That is a real thing. That is from Boston Dynamics. Look it up. So essentially, the problem here is that, yes, Trump wants to cut some spending, but he wants to supplement it with more spending. Essentially, both of our politicians want to continue to spend money that we don't have. They just want to spend it on different areas. And to finalize this point, we can turn to Wall Street Times, specifically Robert Doss, who details how Trump added $8 trillion new dollars to the United States. That is $8 trillion that a Republican, who classically favors low spending and low government, put into the world. So, government is the problem, and our politicians continue to spend more money. That is why inflation is so difficult to control. The second, other, and perhaps more key reason is corporate greed, specifically corporate price gouging. NPR's David Fulkin reports how in 2022, technically inflation was only 12%. However, a box of mac and cheese costs $1.25. Why is that? Well, specifically, there's a thing called corporate inflation, and that is the process by which corporations raise prices more than inflation, to where we hit that 25% increase in public prices, driving inflation to 25%. CNN's Elizabeth Wolf goes more into detail, detailing how corporations realize you're trapped to them. They can charge almost whatever they want. Specifically, I want all of you adults and parents in the room, where do you buy groceries? Is it Dillon's, Hy-Vee, Aldi's, or Walmart? The problem here is that we have 4 options, 4 corporations who know that they can charge what they want. AP's Alice Wallace details how corporations have been raising prices just for the heck of it. In fact, turn to Netflix. They've added new ads, they've added new raising of their prices, and they see record numbers of people signing up for their subscriptions. So, all of you parents and all of you students, capitalism is going to save us, right? Someone's going to innovate a new market, they're going to come up with a new price, and they're going to drive prices down. So I want to finish my point by asking you all a question. If all of the corporations have realized that they can charge more money and make record profits, such as oil and grocery companies are doing, are they going to compete against themselves, lower the prices for themselves and their competition? Or are they going to start competing against the consumer to see just how far they can push us? So, why is inflation proving so difficult for the U.S. to control? There are 2 key reasons. The first is that politicians on both sides of the aisle, the 2 frontrunners that you all voted for in the primaries, want to continue to spend money that we don't have, adding to the national debt and printing new money. The second, and perhaps almost more problematic reason, is that the corporations know they can charge whatever they want. They're going to keep raising the prices because we continue to give them record profits every year. Thank you all.
Oh boy, it's time for something fun.
It sure is.
The Auditor's No, it's not.
What?
Sydney Rivera is what I was talking about.
No way. We were always talking about Sydney Rivera. Oxford, something. You know what, Drew? I like horses. But do you know what I like more than horses?
What?
Funerals.
Oh. It's really dark. But I really think you'd like this forensics piece. I can't really remember what it was, though.
Try to contact Hy-Vee. That was first for me.
Okay. Dramatic interpretation is taken along a bit, and the performers arise, pantomime, and the dramatic piece of their choosing. Well, that was weird.
Wow. You know what? I think I have heard of that. But the topics can get a bit heavy, so be warned and get your tissues ready for our next phenomenal performer, Sydney Rivera, and her piece, Free Churro.
So I stopped at Jack in the Box on the way here, and a girl behind the counter said,
Hiya, are you having an awesome day?
which is shitty, because it puts the onus on me to disagree with her. Like, if I'm not having an awesome day, suddenly I'm the negative one. Usually, when people ask me how I'm doing, the real answer is I'm doing shitty. But I can't say I'm doing shitty because I never have a good reason. So if I say I'm doing shitty, they always go, "What? What's wrong?"
she apologizes again and offers me a free churro with my meal. And as I'm leaving, I think to myself, no one ever tells you get a free churro when your mom dies. BoJack Horseman is the most ridiculous TV show I've ever watched. In an Netflix original about a world of anthropomorphized animals, it seems like substance would come second to spectacle. However, that's just not the case. Season 5, Episode 6, entitled Free Churro, is surprisingly touching. People say you never really know your parents. The problem is sometimes you do and just hope you don't. Sometimes you wait your entire lives for your parents to be someone that they're not, but sometimes you lose that chance and have to live with it. Free Churro tells a deeply human story through BoJack's eulogy at his mother's funeral, buried underneath a whole lot of horsing around. Anyway, I'm sorry, that's not part of the... Okay. BoJack Horseman. Beatrice Horseman. Who was she? What was her deal? Well, she was a horse, born in 1938, died in 2018. One time she smoked an entire cigarette in one long inhale. I watched her do it. Truly a remarkable woman. With the full life, that lady. All the way to the end. Which is now, I guess. But really, that's all I have to say about my mother. How about you, Mom? Any ideas? No? Not ones if you're proud of me. Anyway, here's a cool story about my mother. When I was in high school, I put on a comedy routine for our school's talent show. There was this cool jacket I wanted to wear, and for months I saved up for this jacket, and I went to the store to go get it, and it was gone. They had just sold the last one, so I went home and told my mom, and she said, let that be a lesson. That's the good that comes from wanting things. She was really good at dispensing life lessons that always seemed to circle back to everything being my fault. Then, on the day of the talent show, she had a surprise for me. She bought me the jacket, and even though she didn't know how to say it, I knew this meant that she loved me. And that's a good story about my mother. It's not true, but it's a good story, am I right? Stole from an episode of Mom I saw when I was a kid where she talks about her father. I kept waiting for that, the proof that even though my mother was a hard woman, deep down she loved me and cared about me and wanted me to know that I made her life a little brighter. Even now I find myself waiting. Hey Mom, not once do you love me and care about me and want me to know that I made your life a little brighter. I was in the hospital with her those last moments, and they were truly horrifying. There was this one moment, this one instant of strange calm where she looked in my direction and said, I see you. Not a statement of judgment or disappointment, just the simple recognition of another person in the room. Hello there. You're a person, and I see you. Let me tell you, it's a weird thing to feel at 54 years old, like for the first time in your life your mother sees you. And it doesn't feel like a relief, it feels mean. Like you knew what I wanted this whole time and still waited until the very last second to give it to me. In all honesty, I don't know if she was talking to me. She was so out of it at the end. I wouldn't think she was talking to me because I was the only other person in the room, but maybe it's dumb to try and pin significance on every little thing. Maybe when someone says, I see you, it just means I see you. You're an object in my field of vision. But I don't even know if she was talking to me. She was so out of it at the end. Who knows what she was saying? fellow Scotch horseman, my darling mother gave the eulogy. Her entire life I never heard him say a kind word to, or about, my father. But at his funeral, she said, "My husband is dead and everything is worse now. My husband is dead and everything is worse now." I don't know why she said it. Maybe she felt like it's the kind of thing people are supposed to say at a funeral. Maybe she hoped someday someone would say about her, "My mother is dead and everything is worse now." Maybe she knew she'd have to sell all her fancy jewelry and move into a home. My mother, she knew what it's like to live your entire life like you're drowning. She recognized it. I understood it. And Dad, all three of us were drowning and we didn't know how to save each other, but there was the understanding that we were all drowning together. And I'd like to think that that's what she meant when she said, "I see you." She left no instructions on what she wanted him to say. All I know is she wanted an open casket and her idiot son couldn't even do that right. But I keep thinking back to that moment in the ICU when I see you. I see you. Jesus Christ. We were in the intensive care unit. She was just reading a sign. My mother died and all I got was a free churro. You want to know the shittiest thing about all this? Is that when that girl in the Jack in the Box gave me that free churro, that small act of kindness showed me more compassion than my mother gave me in her entire goddamn life? Like, how hard is it to do something nice for a person? That lady at the Jack in the Box didn't even know me. I am your son! All I had was you. And suddenly, he realized he would never have the good relationship he wanted. Because as long as they were alive, part of you, the stupidest goddamn part of you, was still holding on to that chance. And you didn't even realize it until that chance was away. My mother is dead and everything is worse now because now I know I will never have a mother who looks at me from across a room and says, "BoJack Horseman, I see you!" And now I know. Now I know that there's no one looking after me, that there never was, and that there never will be. And I know that now. And it's good. It's good that I know that. So it's good my mom died. Well, no point beating a dead horse. Beatrice Horseman was born in 1938 and she died in 2018, and I have no idea what she wanted. Unless she wanted what we all want. To be seen.
All right. I believe now it is time for the Oscars.
Yep.
Oh boy. First, can we call up, oh, I gotta scroll down to it, the novice debaters who are nominated. Do they know who they are? They should know who they are. Come on up.
Get up here.
On deck. On deck. A little forensics reference for you guys.
Oh, what's up?
varsity congress run with me. We made it really fun. Thank you. All right.
Hey, be nice.
Hey,
Well,
guys,
you're
guys.
not, certainly not least. All of our experienced forensic hero nominees.
Just us two.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of them. Okay, y'all. Last award of the night, last Oscar. I want a drum roll for this one. Our top experience forensic hero of the season is Jamie Trojan.
That's pretty cool in my opinion. Forensics more like forensic awesomeness. Am I right, guys? Am I right? I love extemporaneous speaking. Extemporaneous speaking is awesome. I want to thank Jackson Terry again because we've been doing extemp together for like this whole time. So we're basically partners in both semesters. Oration has been great. Shout out to the Oration Army, Sydney Ball, Dwight Adams. That's really cool. That's all I have to say.
Oh yeah, let's give them one more round of applause.
Guys, I want to welcome to the stage the humblest poet I've ever met. She is so great at what she does, and I think we all just want her to see how awesome she is.
Hey, I got a little joke for you.
Okay?
Would you consider Van Gogh a broken man?
Well, he is missing an ear.
Yeah, he's still a punchline.
You know I did.
Okay, so next up we'll have Ashley Dobson performing her poetry. In poetry, a performer is given a book, which they can cut poems of their choosing into a 7-minute poem.
Welcome to the stage, Ashlyn Dobson with her piece, Van Gogh.
There lived a priest so in love with light, it drove him mad. When he could no longer preach, he took up a brush. He turned zinc and lead and chrome into gaudy wild-haired ambassadors of the dawn. He slapped stars with his brooches on the sky, danced crows across bowing fields of wheat, exalted a bowl of onions. Postmen and prostitutes were his friends. So too were irises, almond trees, windmills, and clouds. A starry night did he proclaim with using strokes so untamed he laid on with colored men. The swirls and swirls of the dormant village old, despite his own inner strife. Artists are like butterflies. They have delicate hearts. But this society cannot handle them. So he picked up the gun, and the bullet went straight through that golden heart. King of color, a whisper into the future unheard in his time, died in pursuit of painting a world, visions of oil on canvas windows, into his soul. I wonder how many colors died that day. Vincent Van Gogh is one of the most famous artists of all time. His work bringing new life to expressionism. And yet, most of his life was riddled with episodes of depression and mania. Historians and poets alike aestheticized his madness, crediting the beauty in his work to a fractured mind. But in reality, Van Gogh was a
celebrated some of his best works while recovering. There's nothing beautiful about depression. Nothing genius about pain. The reflected works of Kate Young, Dear Lover of Thy Abner O'Hara, Van Gogh by Janae Murray Walker, The Starry Night by Art Curtis, Colors Lost Their Life That Day by Paul, Olive Orchard by Nona Crane, Van Gogh by Newdog, Starry Night by Lula, and Yellow Band by Mom. A program. Because as someone with depression, I hope that one day I will be remembered for my passions, not my pain. But as our minds moves to olive trees, labyrinth of oiled imagination twirl like falling leaves falling into our knees. In unbalanced joy and adoration, a blue shadow propels a still landscape into somehow being fluid. Timelessly we swim while within each brushstroke range against wave of wild emancipation. To forget the din of the wretched asylum. Dive too deep and you shall go insane. Locked in his cold, dismal room, he painted not of his true gloom, but of a dreamy, wondrous life. He drenched the canvas with his emotions, with a rainbow heart, and a sky mind to turn the heavens into wildlife. If you think of painting as a kind of song, he too canticled the sun. Shadows of wheat black to his eyes, where the sun awaited to rise, big rock filling the walls from his eyes and calls. I drink his work up like my own bottle of paint. Think how, stooping at fork in the road, he might found the stone-shaped ear. How the human heart, once it knows what it needs, will find it everywhere. How, in the curve of his delicately padded cell, one starry night, he must unburn everything he had ever wanted to say, straight into the ear of God. I wish someone would have told me my only salvation is a story of a man filling himself with ounces of happiness. A glove at a time he consumed pain that could kill him, just because it could give him a sliver of joy. He cut off his own ear, and he had to put it back in canvas, hundreds of times. In the brass phone of the bell, the call to dinner, in the complicated iris at the end of the asylum path, he made it vermilion, orange, jagged as sharks. And no one bought them. No one even heard him. I understand why Van Gogh drank yellow paint. Because sometimes I have a hard time getting myself away from the art. But I'm obsessed with capturing that swirl. That air, that ripple of muscle right air as like waves look at the sun, hug the sun-glazed soil. How can canvas and brush deliver such resistance? Petticoat clouds, flirt with turquoise skies, breakers out by tide, pull me in compliant. A solitary reaper so distant, but we severely to begin bend. I came for him. To lift the shattered line from my faint eyes. I find it was never there. Vincent Van Gogh was once said to be happy. He was 37 when the voices took over his mind. It was not easy to stop them. Hidden within the confines of his story is a man who wanted nothing more than love and care. That could never be granted. That I, so great, as I point out the really dying and smile, knowing that joy may so fill me. Apologies. I am in need. Barely scraping through the days with stumps for limbs. Tourniqueted as well as here. But I am a seaweed, fresh before its time like an unfinished sketch, waiting for the heavens to bear a heart that is ice cold and blue, thawing in the light of the moon, and with each beat that pains, that hurts, that explodes into starbursts of golden gold in the vastness of the sky. Oh, this lovely
Now, before I introduce you guys to this next piece, I just want to say these two have had a massive impact on my forensics career. They have changed how I view the activity, and words cannot express how grateful I am that they have been part of my life. So please give the warmest of welcomes to Drew Hutchinson and Allie Floyd in their piece, Groundhog Day.
It's February 1st. All that moisture coming up from the open business is complete. And take a dump on Harrisburg. Reporting for Channel 9. Phil Connors.
Phil, you and I are going up to Punxsutawney tomorrow to cover the groundhog story.
I covered that goddamn groundhog last year.
It's a cute story. People like it.
People are morons.
Nice attitude.
Nice face. Why don't you write with me?
Yeah, no thanks. Okay, campers, rise and shine, and don't forget your booties because it's cold out there today. But there's another reason today is very special. That's right, rodent lovers. It's Groundhog Day. Did you sleep well, Mr. Connors?
Like a Romanian orphan, Mrs. Lancaster.
Will you be checking out today, Mr. Connors?
Unfortunately, yes.
Phil Connors, I thought that was you. Don't say you don't remember me, because I sure as heck fire remember you. Come on, buddy. Ned Ryerson, Case Western High.
Ned?
What are you doing for dinner?
Dinner? I think I'm gonna be busy.
How could you be late? Oh, Phil, where have you been?
I got hung up with some jerk from high school. So, how'd you sleep without me? You tossed and turned.
It looks like they're starting. Rolling.
It's February 2nd, and we're here in Punxsutawney to watch the world's most famous groundhog, who, as legend has it, can predict the coming of an early spring. And here he goes. Oh, sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like he saw a shadow. It's gonna be a long winter. Reporting for Channel 9. Phil Connors.
You want to try one that's a little sweeter?
That's as sweet as I get. I'm not gonna be in weather for the rest of my life. I was just in my car with a guy from CBS about a network job. This is just the beginning for me. Hello? A blizzard? But I have to get to Pittsburgh today.
Scale back from long hopes to a short period.
While we speak, time is endless and is running away from us. Seize the day, trusting little in the future. But what if
There is no future.
this is Groundhog Day by Danny Rubin?
Okay, campers, rise and shine, and don't forget your booties because it's cold out there today.
Alright, going guys. This is yesterday's pick.
That's right, rodent lovers. It's Groundhog Day.
What the hell?
Did you sleep well, Mr. Connors?
Yeah. Did you ever have deja vu, Mrs. Lancaster?
Phil Connors, I thought that was you. Don't say you don't remember me, because I sure as heck fire remember you. How could you be late? Phil, where have you been?
Rita, I think I'm going crazy. Slap me.
When are you going to grow up, Phil? Rolling.
Well, it's Groundhog Day. Again. And you all know what that means. We're here in Punxsutawney to see just how much more of this we can expect. Reporting for Channel 9, I'm Phil Connors. Hello? Yes, I know there's a blizzard, but I have to get a call through. What if there is no tomorrow? There wasn't one today? Hello? Hello?
Okay, campers. It's Groundhog Day. Did you sleep well, Mr. Connors? I sure as heck fire remember you.
Rita, can I talk to you about a night that's not work related?
Sure.
Look, I know it sounds crazy, but I keep reliving the same day over and over. Today, Groundhog Day.
I'm waiting for the punchline.
Rita, what would you do if you only had one day left?
I don't know, Phil. What are you dying of?
Nothing. I just want to get to know you like a normal person. Come on, let me buy you a drink. Shh. Jack Daniels.
Tequila. With lime.
Shh. Tequila with lime.
Same for me, please.
What should we toast to?
Your call.
To the groundhog. poison, you name it, but every day I wake up without a scratch. I'm immortal.
Why are you telling me this?
Because I want you to believe me.
It's impossible.
Rita, you like boats, but not the ocean. There's a lake house you go to in the summer, and at night you look up and see the stars. You're a sucker for Rocky Road, Marlon Brando, and French poetry. You're wonderfully generous to strangers and children, and when you stand in the snow, you look like an angel.
How are you doing this?
I'm telling you, I wake up every day right here in Punxsutawney, and it's always February 2nd. It's supernatural.
Maybe I should spend the rest of the day with you. Just to see what happens.
Yeah. I like it.
I don't think I want to know everything that's going to happen.
That's not the worst part. The worst part is tomorrow you'll wake up and go back to treating me like a complete jerk.
No.
It's fine. I am a jerk.
You know, sometimes I wish I had 1,000 lifetimes. One to be a great journalist, one to go back to school and study art, one to be Mother Teresa. You know, maybe it's not a curse, Phil. It all just depends on how you look at it. I want you to know it's been a really nice day for me.
Me too.
Maybe, if it's not too boring for you, we could do it again.
Yeah. I like that. Good night, Rita. Where can I find a philosophy section? I'd like a piano lesson, please. Oh, did you look both ways? You didn't look one way, did you? Whoa! I don't let that bastard fall. Everything you want.
Phil Connors, I thought that was you.
Ned Ryerson. Oh, am I glad to see you? When Chekhov saw The Long Winter, it was a winter dark and bereft of hope. But we know winter's just one more step in the sun. And I couldn't imagine a better place to spend than right here in Punxsutawney. Reporting for Channel 9, I'm Phil Connors.
Phil, I don't understand. You rush from one person to the next in a town you only visit once a year. You know everything before it happens, and there's something going on with you.
All right, I wake up every day right here in Punxsutawney, and it's always February 2nd. I don't even try to explain it anymore. I just live each day as if it's my last. Will you come with me?
Sure.
Rita? Rita! Don't you get it? It's tomorrow!
Phil,
Let's go.
where are we going?
Anywhere. Everywhere. And so began my final lifetime. I was no longer able to affect the chain of events in that town, but I did learn a lesson. You can kill time, you can waste time, but if you use it correctly, there's never enough of it. So you better make the most of the time that you got. Reporting for Channel 9, I'm Phil Connors. Long time no see. There we go. I got a little closing statement for you. First, some thank yous. All of our performers, the theater department for letting us use your space and crew, and last but not least, our coaches for putting this on. Specifically, Crony, of course. We all heard those many, many speeches about him. It's definitely been a difficult year in debating curriculums, but at least we know Crony will always be there for us. What? Well, I guess he won't. I'm sure he's moving on to bigger and better things. Are you kidding me? Blue Valley? What? What are you doing there? It's fine. I guess I was out the door anyway. Well, Crony, after 7 years at this school, 6 years as the head coach, and at most 4 years as our head coach, you've made such an impact on each and every one of us. Debate and forensics, speaking to you guys now. Debate and forensics will give back as much as you put into it. Every card you cut, every speech you give, and every person you meet, if you put in effort and care, you will gain something from it. I had the honor of being y'all's tournament director or overlord, and it was one of the greatest experiences I've had in my high school career. All because I reached out to Crony and asked for a job at the home tournament. If you reach out, put the effort in, and take risks, great things will come. You will get back what you put in tenfold in life and learning experiences. But I don't want this to all be so soppy and sad. Next year, when the seniors and Crony aren't here, this team may look different. Pressure's on you, Soper, over there somewhere. But on the inside, it will remain the same, because you all are here, and you are all what make this team this team. Soper, you got some big shoes to fill, but I'm sure you'll do it. So thank you all for coming out, supporting, and drive safe. And if I don't get a chance to talk to you all before I graduate, good luck with life.